Welcome back to the podcast. We're excited for today because it is our anniversary episode. We're like a week out of our 1 year anniversary from starting the podcast. And we wanted to celebrate with you in kind of a unique way. So, we've been working on something behind the scenes for about 3 months now. We've been testing it with people, we've been doing it ourselves. We led some of our clients through this. And we want to share it with you publicly today. So, we're going to be walking you through our newest challenge, the Find 5,000 challenge. If you are watching on YouTube, you should see the link in the show notes. Is that what you call it on YouTube? Who knows? But click it.
Description box.
Yeah, description box. Down below, that's all I know. Click on that, download it, and walk through with us as we go through this. If you're listening to it on the podcast, the link is in the show notes. Click on that, download it, listen, go along with us as we walk you through this freebie. And it's not just your typical freebie. Here's what we wanted to do with this. We have a lot of people ask us, where do I begin? Like, what do I start with first? What do I do first? And we wanted to give you that first step. And this is a giant first step. This is not like open your bank account. Congratulations, you took your first step. This is legitimately changing people's view about what kind of money they are making and what kind of money they could be keeping. So we want to walk you through this freebie today so that you know exactly how to use it. And by the end of this episode, if you do it while we are walking through the episode, you could have this done, and we want you to send us a DM with how much money you found. So Marley's going to pull it up. We're going to walk through this page by page. And at the end of it, you're going to have some money.
And I want to also, we haven't not even talked about this at all, but we are rebranding Mind Her Business. And so this is the first little sneak peek at some of our new branding. So that's really exciting because we have not unveiled it anywhere other than in this freebie. All right. Can you see this?
Yes.
Becca? Awesome. This is the Find 5,000 challenge. And our goal is for you to discover the hidden money you spend mindlessly. And the challenge is not about finding 5,000. It could be about finding 50,000. It could be about finding 500. It totally depends on where you're at financially with your income and also with your spending. So we're just going to help you uncover the money that you are spending that you're not really thinking about. It's just leaving your life because you're mindlessly in the habit of spending it. That's what this is going to help you uncover. So, is it going to let me? There we go. Flip screens.
So the second page of this freebie is just going to give you a description of what it is, why it's created, and what it is meant for you, why it matters for you. The third page is where we get into the actual workbook part. So we're going to call this a challenge because we are challenging you to find as much money as possible. But this is a workbook. This is substantial, and we did not skimp on any of this information. So, a lot of this is what we walk our clients through inside Mind Her Business. So, this is take this seriously and do this, and then let us know how it went for you. So on page 3, we start our categorizing. So if you don't know what categorizing it is, it literally means taking your spending, your individual transactions, and putting it into a category. So is that eating out? Is it shopping? Is it self-care? Is it bank fees? What is it? We're going to walk you through every single one of these categories today. So you know exactly what they are. So you know exactly what belongs in that category, and you know exactly how to filter through your transactions. Marley, do you want to go through the first couple ones?
Yeah. And if you're not already, I would encourage you to literally pause us and go through and just do this with us. Like, this is not meant to take you, hours. This is meant to be like a quick snapshot. It's not meant to be perfect for all my perfectionist friends out there that are thinking you've got to like schedule in time to make this whole thing the exact number that you're going to like. We just want you to get it done. We want you to get some sort of context on what's going on with your spending. So do this with us. Okay. The first category is the first category because this is probably the most findy category that our clients and ourselves have found. So eating out. This is dinners with friends. This is grabbing fast food on a night that you don't feel like cooking. This is Uber Eats. And this tends to be a really big category for a lot of people. And more so than that, it tends to be the category that the most money is spent sort of like shockingly. Like,
Mhm.
I had no idea I was spending X amount a month. My family, I've shared many a time that when we started really tracking our spending, we found that we were 1 month we had spent $2,400 eating out. And we were often spending over $1,000 a month eating out, just without question. So that was a lot more than we had realized. And that's why this category is like the first one and so important for you to recognize. And we are not saying don't eat out. We're saying, hey, go figure out how much you're eating out. And we're going to talk to you about how to analyze these numbers at the end of this worksheet. Okay. Second category, online shopping.
Because online shopping.
Because online shopping, do we need to say more? This is your Amazon. Is this Amazon as well?
Yes, I would consider this Amazon.
I thought we had a category for Amazon specifically, but I think it is online shopping. So this is like buying clothes online, your Amazon shopping, anything online shopping that isn't groceries. Okay.
Those
So
Instagram ads that get you.
when you are influenced, all of those things. Okay. Are we good for the next page?
Yes.
Okay. Page number, we're on 4. So this is category number 3. This is where groceries go. So whether you're ordering them online, picking them up in person, where are you spending your grocery money at? Plug that in here. And how much are you spending per month? Subscriptions is number 4. So this is your Netflix, any apps that you use. This is Disney Plus, obviously. If you have a subscription to Audible or XM radio or satellite radios, anything that you subscribe to on a monthly basis. Number 5 is services and this might be similar, but services and membership. So this category is similar, but this is like if you have a housekeeper that cleans your house, or if you go to the gym, if you have a car wash membership. So similar to subscriptions. I mean, it really doesn't matter as long as you're tracking them in one or the other. We just want to make sure we're tracking the spending. Okay. Pick which one it feels best to put under.
Perfect.
Number 6, Becca, you want to take this one?
Entertainment. So this is literally anything that entertains you other than Netflix and Disney Plus and all of those subscriptions that you have already accounted for. So we're thinking going to the movies, taking your kids out to the movies, taking your family to a concert, to go see Taylor Swift, to see like whatever entertainment is to you. Entertainment, honestly, for some families is travel. So you get to be the judge. The best part about this is you get to be the judge of what falls into each of these categories. Entertainment for you could also be, oh gosh, you can tell I don't leave the house very often for entertainment purposes.
In the pool with the kids. We did that last weekend.
Yes, like theme parks, things like that. Anything that is outside of eating out, that is outside of subscriptions, and that is outside of memberships, you can throw into entertainment.
Yeah. Okay. Personal care, makeup, hair products, anything around that category you can plug in here. I think that sums it up. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Anything that you consider personal care. We are not giving you constraints here because personal care means something different to everybody.
Yeah, this could be also getting your nails done, going for a massage, depending on how you categorize. Number 8, late fees, bank fees, and any miscellaneous spending that you have that you don't know where to plug it into the other categories. I would throw that in here. This also, outside of late fees and bank fees, the miscellaneous stuff also tends to creep up a lot on people. And they don't even really know how to categorize it because it's like, grabbing a drink at the gas station while you're there and all these little things where you're like, I don't even know what that expense is on the credit card. That is all going to go in here. Anything you're unaware of, plug it in here. Okay. Then we get to go on to this worksheet totals and add everything up. So when you go back to your eating out category, what is the total for the last 30 days? What is your total online shopping, groceries? So go through each category and just give yourself a grand total. Then at the bottom, we want to know what is the total overall from all of those categories. So these are all of your spending that is outside of like your needs, like your, paying your mortgage or your rent or your bills. This is all the extras. Of course, groceries are a necessity. So we're not saying these aren't important things that you're spending money on. We're just trying to give you an idea of all of the variable spending that goes through the month.
Yep.
Your bills tend to be pretty expectant, like what your mortgage is, what your rent is, but groceries can be really can vary a lot, right? And you're eating out and all of these things. So that's why we chose these categories for you to start looking at, because you have a lot of control over all of these categories. Whereas, your household expenses, it would take a lot more effort for you to reduce that by like moving your entire life to a new home. So these are the ones you have a lot of control over. A lot of control over to make a huge difference in where your money is going and how you choose to spend or keep it. So what is your total money found? And we would love for you to send us a DM on Instagram to the Mind Your Business official Instagram page, which is also linked below, and tell us how much you found, because we want to help you celebrate what is now possible for you now that we have found all of this spending that we at first thought the Find 5,000 challenge was going to be a big number, and we have found that it is not at all. Like our clients are easily finding $5,000 a month in their budgets of money that is being spent without thinking.
One thing that I want to you touched on it already, the eating out and the groceries are on here. Groceries, obviously you need groceries to live, right? Especially if you have kids, you can't not have groceries in the house. We have a client specifically who, when we were looking at the eating out and the groceries categories together combined in I think like a 6-month period. I could be wrong, like either a 3 or 6-month period. We found $7,000 in those two combined categories. And the reason I'm telling you this is because she was not aware that she was buying so many groceries because she knew they were eating out a lot. She already knew the eating out category was going to be like way higher than she wanted it to be. And she was not prepared for how high the grocery category was, because she figured they ate most of their meals out. Why would they be spending a lot with groceries? So I just want to give you an idea of why we think groceries can be controlled. We think that you can give yourself kind of a boundary of what you could or want to spend with groceries. And we can get into that later on. But I just wanted to let you know, like, eating out and groceries go hand in hand and also can add up together to a lot of money.
Yeah, that's definitely what our family found. And I have not been shy about sharing those numbers. The other thing I want to mention to you is this Find 5,000 challenge. It does not necessarily mean you're going to find $5,000 in the last 30 days, because this is the part I think is the most exciting around this challenge. If you were to find that you guys ate out in your household, let's say you ate out $1,000 a month. And I know there's a page that we're going to get to in just a minute about analyzing, but I really want to hit on this before we move on. If you eat out $1,000 a month, let's say, and you're like, okay, but eating out's really important to me. Like, and we're not here to tell you don't do that. We're not here to say stop spending in all these categories. That is not what we believe in. That's not what we talk about. It's not what we preach. We are here to say, are you excited about that $1,000 that you spent eating out? If you're like, yep, it made my life really happy, I'm happy to keep spending $1,000 a month, then absolutely carry on. It's like, you do you, it's your money. But if you're like, wow, that is a lot more money than I realized, and there's other things that I feel like I can't afford because I don't have enough money at the end of the month, then that's an area that we could look at. Okay, well, what if you ate out $500 a month instead of $1,000? That would free up $500 a month in your budget. And did you know that at the end of the year, to have $5,000 in your bank account, you only need to save, I just did the math, like 416, let's just do the math, $416.66 a month. If you could find that in your budget, $416, we'll just say, that's $5,000 at the end of the year. If you tell yourself, I can't take vacations because I can't afford it, and you're spending over that in eating out every month, then I need you to analyze, is travel more important to me this year than eating out? And maybe it's not about not eating out. It's about finding $100 in 4 categories that you could not spend, so that at the end of the year, you'd have $5,000 to put towards a really incredible trip. So this is what we're talking about when we say, like, where are you spending your money and how are you keeping your money?
It's about awareness. That's all it is. It's just being aware of where your money is going. So you get to decide if that is where you want it to go. You guys, we had a client who had 3 Netflix accounts and had no idea. Okay. So, like, we've seen everything, we've seen it in our own finances.
Yeah.
So, when you're going through this, if there's something that you're like, oh my God, I'm an idiot, don't do that to yourself, because I can promise you that it has been done before. And if you're aware of it now, you get to change it.
Yes. My husband and I both had an Amazon Prime account, and then we decided to keep them both for a while, because what if we bought something for one another? And eventually we were like, this is silly. If you buy me something and I see it, okay. Oh, like, so what? I ruined the
Right.
surprise, you know? It wasn't that important to us to be able to have like secret gifts for one another.
Right.
We were like, we're good with saving that money. Okay, so this is where we get to continue this conversation of auditing your subscription category. So this is what we're going to walk you through, is like, how do we analyze whether these expenses that the way we're spending our money is aligned with our goals or not. So let's use the subscription audit here as an example. Do you want to take this one, Becca?
Sure. Yeah. So subscriptions can be really hard to get rid of for the same, like for Marley just said it, right? Well, what if I want to watch this movie next month and then they charge me more? Okay, what if? So the subscription audit is the most important one to audit yourself, because now this is going to give you clear guidelines on, is this worth it or is this not? So the first question that you ask yourself about each individual subscription: have you actually used this subscription in the last 30 days? Yes or no? Black and white answer. Does this subscription help you run the operations of your business or your home? Let me give you an example. Marley, I had to pry Project Broadcast out of her cold, dead hands. She had so many credits built up that she was paying like a $15 monthly fee or something, because once she didn't want to let the credits go. If you discontinued your account, then you lost all of the credits. And I said, "Well, are you using it?" "No." "When's the last time you used it?" "I don't remember." "What are you going to use it for?" "I have no idea, but I want to keep the credits." "Okay, well, do you see how $15 a month might actually not be serving you to hoard these credits that you may not ever use?" So these are just things to walk yourself through. The third question: is there a free alternative you could use? Most of the time, the answer is yes. Sometimes, will you have to watch commercials in between things? Yes. Is it anything we haven't experienced growing up? No. Is it something your kids probably need to experience? Yes. I'm speaking about my kids. And then the last question is spending monthly on this expense getting you closer to your goals? If the answer is no, if most of those answers are no, then it's probably time to let go of that subscription and send that money somewhere else to do something for you. Um, is there anything that you want to add, Mar?
No, these are the questions to ask yourself, and really be like ruthless with yourself, because it took me so long to let go of that. Was one example. There are many more where I was like, I'm holding on to this thing just in case. And it was like, okay, so I lost the credits. Okay, there's going to be some bonus next time I sign up, or I'll just pay for the credits like I would if I plan to use this. But right now I'm literally throwing money down the drain. Even if I think it wasn't even 15. I think it was down to like $6 a month that I was continuing to pay just to keep those credits. And it was bugging me. Every time I saw that $6, I was like, I really should use, and I started shooting on myself. And, it wasn't even something I had on my radar of goals, because it just was at the bottom of the totem pole. So when I cut it, I actually felt so much relief to have finally just made a decision, freed up that brain space, and then move forward with the goals I'm actually working on actively. And I can always get that service back. And, those extra credits are really going to be like not a thought in my brain for the rest of my career. Okay. So this is an example of the types of questions to ask yourself as you go through every one of the categories that we tracked today. When you're eating out, is this important to me? Is it $800 a month important to me?
Mm-hmm.
Go through each of your categories and just question that, and see how much, not just money now that you've found, but how much money you plan to free up from these last 30 days, that now you get to decide another way to use them. So the last page here, and can you see this well, Becca?
Yep.
Great. The last page is the ask yourself. What is your current big goal with your money? If it's, I want to save $500, I want to save $500 a month, I want to save $5,000, I want to save $50,000. What is your current big money goal? And you're going to go through each of those categories and analyze that for yourself, like we just walked you through. And that is where possibility happens. That is where your eyes become a lot more open to the amount of spending that we're doing mindlessly every single month. And this is where you can make the most impact in your budget bottom line that you right now may feel just isn't possible for you. We have many clients that we have shared about that are making $150,000, $300,000 a year that feel paycheck to paycheck, because as you make more money, you tend to spend more money. You buy a nicer vehicle. Now the expenses are higher. The insurance is higher. The car payment is higher, right? So more money does not solve your money problems. This is the thing that we will preach till the day we die. More money does not solve your money problems. The habits that you carry with the money you have today are the exact same habits that you will carry when you make more money. And all of our clients who are absolutely crushing it in sales and in business have proven that over and over again. We actually just spoke with one of our mentors who makes millions of dollars. And she said the same things to us that some of our clients making $5,000 a month have said to us. So money problems are somewhat universal, and we want you to learn how to be fully in control of the money that you make and then of the spending that you do, so that you can keep more of your money and spend it in ways that are aligned with the goals that you have, rather than letting money mindlessly leave your account just because you're not paying attention or not making intentional spending choices.
Yeah, this is where you get to travel, you guys. This is where you get to add more to your investment accounts or start your investment accounts. We had a client last year, 2023, who said, I've been wanting to invest for years. And she said, now that I know where my money is going, I've had the money the entire time to be able to invest, and I had no idea. Like, I could have been investing years ago. And it's just about awareness. It's not about, oh, I could have done this years ago. It's about, great, I already have exactly what I need today to be able to reach the goals that I have for myself and my family. And also, do not forget that you can do all of this without making another sale, without having to constantly go after sales, without waking up on the first of the month and pretending like you're in network marketing and you started at zero again. And now you have to sell your tail off all month long. There's nothing wrong with network marketing, by the way, but like, you go back to zero at the first of every month. So you don't have to live your life that way. You don't have to live your business that way. Your money can work for you at whatever amount you already have coming in. And all that's going to do is free up your brain space and free up your creativity and your passion to be able to make more money, of which you're going to repeat the good cycle, keeping more of that money, making more money, keeping more of that money, and doing the things that you really want to do with it. We hope this freebie is exactly what you needed to get started. If you have done something similar before, we hope this is like a kickstart for you for 2024 and helps you feel really in control of your money at the beginning of the year. We really want you to DM us and let us know how much you found, because this is fun for us. It's fun for us to celebrate with you, to show you what's possible. Even if this is the only thing that you ever do of ours, let us know, please.
I want to add one last thought before we let our listeners go, because we are working with business owners, and so many of you are desperate to hire more help in your business. And this is where we get to uncover the money that you need to be able to hire that help in a heartbeat. And that was one of the biggest struggles I had in the beginning of my money management journey, was I can't afford to hire help. And the second I looked at my numbers, I realized that I actually already had enough, and I was a brand new baby business at the time. So you are going to uncover so many things. We cannot wait to hear what comes up for you. What aha moments are you having as you're going through this? Come over to Instagram and tell us all the things. And then, of course, come and listen to the podcast, because we've got a lot more goodness to come in 2024.